Hello and welcome back to another episode of Walkabout. After a few weeks of slightly different videos, we're back to the traditional content on this channel, so if you really wanted no-nonsense POV photography, this is the series for you. Anyway, before we jump into today's video, I just wanted to take a moment to thank everyone who's subscribed to the channel. In the last year, I've been putting out a lot more videos, and it's been for a long time. We've been hovering around like 50 subscribers, and that's plenty more than I ever would have expected. When I started making these videos, I thought maybe like 20 people would watch them, and now we've hit about 200, which is absurd. Every superlative you can think of, amazing, incredible. I'm just so amazed that many people want to watch me talk about stuff. But anyway, I just hope that you know that this means so much to me, and I'd like to thank each and every one of you. Truly, just can't beyond words. But moving on, we're gonna jump right into today's video. It's we're shooting Fujifilm's Acros 2, which is a black and white film. We're shooting on the Minolta X700, and it's mostly shot on 50mm, and a few pictures were probably on 35 and 28mm. Those are really the three lenses that I use on that camera. But if you watched my last video about zone focusing, you're going to see some shots in here that were definitely zone focused, because that's just how I like to shoot some of my street photography stuff. Let's jump right in and we'll talk about this on the other side. Thank you again for your support. I wanted to shoot today's walkabout on black and white film. Due to the rising costs of film as a whole, color film can be a little bit out of reach sometimes, and black and white film stocks can usually be more affordable, and there's lots of great stocks out there like HP5 or Kentmere Pan or even FOMA that can be had for very little. So I just wanted to encourage shooting more black and white as an alternative if you're still looking to shoot film. So I hope you like those pictures. I really like Fuji Acros. I've shot it a few times before. It was one of the first films that I ever shot on my first film camera, and I just really like how fine the grain is, how it looks so both rich in the blacks but also just low contrast at the same time. Don't get me wrong, I really like high contrast black and white too. I just think that there's a time and place for each one, and I think Acros is really good for the low contrast look, and there's other film that do really well for the high contrast. Nonetheless, I really think Acros is a very fine art look about it. It's super nice, and it's one of the cheaper films that I can get right now locally, so probably will be shooting that a little bit more, especially given the rising costs of film. Anyway, back to something else that I wanted to talk about before we ended this video is I have a new zine in the works. Earlier this year, I released my second zine, The Carlton Years Volume 1, which just chronicled a bunch of photos I took while I was at university. And it's Volume 1 because I could really only fit about half my time in the first one. So I've got the sequel ready now, and it should be releasing sometime next week, about Thursday, 12th of December-ish. So it's on pre-order right now, so if you're interested in that and you're in the Ottawa area, it's about like 15 Canadian dollars right now if you pre-order it, and it's gonna be at about $18 full price when I release it next week. So just shoot me a message if you're interested in it. Beyond that, I will at some point look into the options of delivering it, posting it to other places in Canada and the States. Right now there's a strike with Canada Post, so until that gets sorted, there's a little bit of ambiguity as to how quickly that would happen. But right now in Ottawa, it's definitely going to be ready, hopefully next week. So yeah, if you're interested in that, send me a message on Instagram, or reach out to me any other social media that you see me on. But yeah, that's it from me, and thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.